Welcome everyone to Space Drinkmar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be continuing our way through the Doom Tower. And yes, I know these videos are of varying lengths, but bear with me. Sometimes I get taken away, like, mentally when I'm carried away with doing a specific task in gaming. And I game for many hours a day, even when you don't see it. What you see is only a representation, and I haven't even posted all the Elder Scrolls stuff I've actually done. The amount of Elder Scrolls stuff I've actually done is mind-boggling. So I'm going to try to push as far down Faction Wars in Shadowkin as I can after I get further through here. See, the thing is, right? I have to do a lot of work to climb these towers. Attack champs only. Can we clear that is the question on here. Because I've got to keep it rolling. Because it's a long way up. And Eternal Dragon awaits for no one. And is a really hard boss. So we want to try to give ourselves ample time to make a strategy to kill it. Let's go 3 floors on that, and then it's to remove the repetitiveness of it. We're going to go further into the abyss. I would build more Shadowkin right this second, but the problem is I don't feel like it. Because it takes a lot to build characters. Like, a lot of work. And Clan vs. Clan isn't on right now, and yeah. It takes a lot of work. A lot of on-screen grinding, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to see me do that. And we have our slots filled here anyway with 60s. So that combination is why I'm not putting additional Shadowkin faction warriors in here. Now, can I optimize the ones I have? You betcha. Do I want to provoke them? Obviously. Do I know how Delta is doing? Roughly. Granted, you don't want to see how he's doing because I can assure you it's not fun to watch. Because he's actually doing very badly in some way. Don't ask me what, because I haven't asked him directly because I'm not in his Discord anymore. But it's something. Something is up. I can tell you something's up. Okay, we are definitely going to want to target said arbiter, freeze the arbiter, place strengthen, let's keep shoving down. This will be the last stage I can get down for now. There's no point in me really Omega shoving Banner Lords because we don't have a full 60s squad. You want a full 60s squad before you really start to shove down the ranks. Which is exactly what this account has. So I might as well use it. One thing I like about Sachi is that she is a reviver, which helps a lot in this kind of content. You're going to want lots of strength in here. Want to get that out of the picture. Unfortunately, this is going to be rough. You definitely want like 2 supports or 3 supports when you're doing Shadowkin faction wars, or like you want a tanky-ish team, because as you go down, things get real rough. But yeah, my main point of doing this is to get as far as I possibly can down this rabbit hole of Shadowkin as I possibly can. Is this easy? Heck no. Do I think it's going to be worth it in the long run for this account? Probably. Yeah, we're going to want a lot of freezing. These enemies are going to be extremely tanky. will be a miracle if we get down this. All right. Well, we made it that far, so we got those keys out of the way. Thankfully. That rank 3 chicken. I guess we can go further. This account hasn't really done much in the realm of faction wars. Has not shoved faction wars very far. So that's why I'm trying to shove its faction wars further than it has been. So locking its skills is going to help a boatload, because we want to get to the bottom of this equation as far as we can, which is not that far, but we'll at least do this. Get that Fury Tremor in there. There we go. Curse touches going in. Trying to push faction wars on this account because I feel like it's ready for the push. Could do Arcane Keep. But let's first progress further up the Doom Tower, because we got over-occupied with the faction wars. And I'm supposed to make progress in Doom Tower on this account. So I got overoccupied with faction wars. Even though there's a lot of it. And this account has a lot to do with it, but I still don't feel it's ready because it doesn't have a full squad of 60s. When it gets a full squad of 60s, we'll go deeper. But there's a reason I pushed the Shadowkin one is because I had all 60s. So the time had come. The time had come to push. Going with this. Going this way, making sure they're compressed. Alright, floor 25. Attack champs only. Let's try this mixture. I know you're like, Yannika's not 60 yet. She's stronger than she looks. Believe me. And she'll be useful later down the line. Baffling speed, extra turn. Those Yannicka doubters in the chat. Any remaining Yannicka doubters in the chat? Yeah, they all went quiet after that, didn't they? Didn't they? Those Yannicka doubters in the chat just went very quiet when they saw that. Yup. Gives me more of those ACOTH frags. Like I said, those AoE burners are not as common as you think they are. They're really quite a rare specimen. So that's why ACOTH is still valuable to this day. Although the real grand prize is Dark Kale, because he's one of the best champs in the game, and he's not hatchable from any shard. So that's why Dark Kale is the grand prize, because he's a very special damage dealing character. Very special. It's very hard to get him though. Most people will not end up getting him, just for the sheer fact that he is that hard to get. They will have already done everything they wanted to do in this game by the time they actually get him. That's the bitter reality. And they'll already have moved on to other games and other things, you know? That's the thing. Even if they are gamers, they'll probably be gaming on some other game. Like they'll be in Elder Scrolls Online, getting their 1000th CP or 900th CP or wherever they are in the CP scale. I'm still trying to get 1,000. I have 5 left. I have 5 CP left before I get 1,000. I need roughly 2 or 3 enlightens, and then I'll have 1,000. I prefer to only grind Elder Scrolls Online when I have enlightenment available. Because right now, the amount of XP required to get a CP is nothing short of ridiculous. Yup. And we're going to get rid of that Steel Skull. Because we want to get to the boss, right? Gotta keep progressing. It's a long way to the top. Why couldn't I click on him, man? I'm not willing to, you know, spend all my cooldowns when more nut bars are on the way. I am planning on building a renegade, by the way, for a number of purposes. And my first account can use it more because the seer needs help decreasing their cooldowns. And that would help, having the cooldowns reduced. Okay, here we're going to want an actual Ultimate Death Knight. And the reason, as you will vividly recall, is to stop the stupid paraling. Because without him, we are in trouble. Because the Mortu will target our nukers, and that peril will cut them down. Thankfully, with Mortu, not Mortu, with Ultimate Death Knight, he can transfer most of the perils to himself. So by doing that, we stop the madness. Because the problem is, me putting Mortu in there to counter Mortu doesn't work. Because usually the enemy Mortu gets the perils before I do, and then it's game over anyway. So you want something instead that negates perils. Because it's inevitable that the perils are going to come, and it's going to hurt. Now, this is one possible team, but there is another. In fact, I'm going to make a special team. I'm doing that on purpose, just to try to get them out of the way. Because this is another exotic technique I've made. Please don't res. Okay. Because these guys do res, and it does hurt. Like, getting the debuffs out is important here. Because when you get the debuffs out, that removes a lot of that guy's defensive mechanisms. Now, the only one that's going to be a really annoying nuisance now is going to be the Virgus, which I have a plan about. But the plan can't proceed yet. No. Creep. We're going to creep you. I'm going to creeping petrify you. Blow up the burn. Getting more weaken on there. Trying to keep the burn up. Wait, that was a mistake. That was what we like to call a mistake. That is what we would like to call a mistake. Note to self. Do not use tremor staff versus there we go. Got her. Got him. Got the Nether Spider. And there you have it. I've been struggling in this accountant arena. This arena team. This account's arena is awful. But I can't resist taking that nut bar out. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not gonna take something. If it looks free, I'm gonna take it. Alright. If it looks like it's, you know, doable for me and not omega hard, I'll do it. Like, not like this one's a bit omega hard, but it's not like what I've been seeing. It looks half okay, like half doable versus the other BS I've had to deal with. But maybe it isn't. Yeah, sounds okay, but the double rector nonsense is just. Let's give this a go. figured. Yeah, my arena here is misery, to put it lightly. Like, in general, it's been bad. It's been bad. There we go. We got a win. I'll leave it on that. Like and subscribe. I work unbelievably hard on my games, even if it doesn't look it. Let's check. Alright. Okay, where's the Ultra AFKs? Okay, good. Ultra AFKs have been removed. I'm happy about that. I'm sick and tired of Ultra AFKs just like lurking around. It's like, what the heck?